Good morning. I am Giselle Marie M. Santasera, and I am about to report about ethics. Ethics refers to well-founded standards of right and wrong that prescribe what humans ought to do, usually in terms of rights, obligations, benefits to society, fairness, or specific virtues. What is the purpose of ethics? Ethics is what guides us to tell the truth, keep our promises, or help someone in need. Why is ethics important in our society? Ethics makes a society peaceful, harmonious, and a better place to live by guiding the behavior of people. Ethics versus moral. Both the terms are used to indicate fine line between what activities should be considered good and what should be considered bad. Both ethics and morality work side by side to make the learn of good activities foster. Both concepts help any individual to be better person. Morals are concerned with principles of right and wrong. On contrary, ethics stresses on right and wrong conduct. And then ethics refers to the rules provided by an external source, example of codes of conduct in workplaces or principles in religions, while morals refer to an individual's own principles regarding right and wrong. And these are the types of ethics. First is supernaturalism, God-based ethics. This theory makes ethics depend on God. It teaches that it, it teaches that the only source of moral rule is God. Something is good because God say it is. The way to lead a good life is to do what God wants. Second is ethical subjectivism is the idea that our moral opinions are based on our feelings and nothing more. For example, someone that claims that whatever their king wants to happen is morally right thing for everyone to do. Third is consequentialism. Is an ethical theory that judges whether or not something is right by what its consequences are. For this instance, most people would agree that lying is wrong, but if telling a lie would help save a person's life, consequentialism says it's the right thing to do. Fourth is moral intuitionism. This refers to the philosophical belief that there are objective moral truths in life and that human beings can understand this truth intuitively. intuitively. For instance, we might have an intuition that all people are to be treated fairly. That is that it is wrong to intentionally harm an innocent person for no reason, or that all persons are to be treated with dignity. These are beliefs that moral intuition claim to be self-evident. Fifth is emotivism. In metaethics, the view that moral judgment do not function as statement of fact but rather as expressions of speaker or writer's feelings. Consider this example. When one subjective, sub, subjectivist says lying is bad, they're giving the information that they disapprove of lying. If another subjectivist says lying is good, they're giving the information that they approve of lying. And for sixth is duty-based ethics. Duty-based ethics teaches that some acts are right or wrong because of the sorts of things they are, and people have a duty to act accordingly, regardless of good or bad consequences that may be produced. Some kinds of action are wrong or right in themselves, regardless of the consequences. Uh, let's say for example, I give example like it is wrong to kill innocent people. That is example of duty-based ethics, the principle of thing. The next is virtue ethics, are the class normative ethical theories which te- tre- uh, tre- treat the concept of moral virtue as a central to ethics. And the last one is situation ethics, holds the moral judgment must be made within the context of the entirety of situation, that all normative features of the situation must be viewed as a whole. Next is what are the four branches of ethics. First is descriptive ethics, second normative ethics, third meta-ethics, and fourth is applied ethics. Descriptive ethics is form of empirical research into the attitudes of individuals or groups of people. Second one is normative ethics, is the study of ethical behavior and is the branch of philosophical ethics that investigates the questions that arise regarding how one ought to act in a moral sense. And third is meta-ethics, refers to the nature of ethical terms and concepts and to the attempt to understand the underlying assumptions behind moral theories. Fourth is applied ethics, refers to the practical application of moral consideration. What are the three theories of ethics? These three theories of ethics, utilitarian ethics, deontological ethics, virtue ethics, form the foundation of normative ethics conversation. Utilitarian ethics or utilitarianism is an ethical theory that determines right from wrong by focusing on outcomes. And deontological ethics, an action is considered morally good because of some characteristic of the action itself, not because the product of action is good. Virtue ethics is a broad term for theories that emphasize the rule of character and virtue in moral philosophy rather than either doing one's duty or acting in order to bring about good consequences. Virtue ethics suggests treating our character as a lifelong project, one that has capacity to truly change who we are. What makes an ethical person? Ethical comes from the Greek ethos, moral character, and described as a person or behavior as right in the moral sense, truthful, fair, and honest. What is common sense ethics? Common sense ethics refers to the pre-theoretical moral judgment for ordinary people. Why is ethics important in our life? Ethics determine whether a person is good or bad. In both our personal and professional lives, ethics are extremely important. Why is ethical behavior necessary? An organization that is perceived to act ethically by employees can realize positive benefits and improve business outcomes. In addition, ethics is important because of the following: satisfying basic human needs, being fair, honest, and ethical is one of the basic human needs. What are my ethics? Personal ethics refers to a person's beliefs about what right and wrong and guides individuals in the decision they make both in and out of the workplace. And that would be all. Thank you po.